Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder. The Reds sit top of the league. 9 points clear with a game in hand now after Arsenal scraped past Fulham last night. In bad news for Arsenal, they also lost Gabriel and Jurriën Timber to injuries. The Timber one might not be serious. The Gabriel one looked like it could be something that keeps them out for a while, which will affect them moving forward. They were also very fortunate that Rodrigo Muniz and Adama Traore made calamitous decisions in front of goal. But nevertheless, we can go 12 points clear again tonight when we take on Everton at Anfield. David Moyes will try to break a 21-game streak where he has never won a game at Anfield, whether it was managing Everton, West Ham, Sunderland, or Manchester United. Moyes has never won at Anfield. And he spoke about it and he said, he's sick of it. He's aware of it. And he wants to try and end it. But it is the job of the Liverpool players and Arne to ensure that that goes to 22 games and that game 22 is absolutely a defeat. Another defeat is what David Moyes needs tonight. Credit to him. He's done a really good job since going back to Everton. And they've been good of late. Favourable enough schedule. But they've won games. They've done their job. They've gotten across the line in a couple of games where you didn't necessarily expect them to. Overall, against Liverpool, David Moyes in 43 games has won 6 times, which, it's a little more than we'd like, but it's about right. 26 defeats. If you notice that my voice is a bit weird, again, I do apologize. I'm working through some shit at the moment. Big game. Big game tonight. One we have to win. One that is, just from a pride point of view, I think, more than anything, really important, because you look back at the Goodison derby, a month ago now, 2 months ago nearly, we were bullied in midfield. We were outfought. But yet we still should have won the game. And the disgraceful refereeing display on the day was Everton's sort of biggest plus. Tonight we need to make sure there's no such opportunities for them. We need to ensure that we have this game put to bed and that the referees can't influence it. They'll be without Orel Mangala, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Dwight McNeil, Iliman Ndiaye, and Vitaly Mykolenko is expected to miss out. We'll see. If he's not playing, it looks like Ashley Young at left back. That should be advantage Mo Salah. Young has in the past done quite well against Salah, but he's very old now and he's very much past the point of being good enough to play in the Premier League. We will be without Trent, obviously. Joe Gomez, obviously. Alisson should be good to go. Connor Bradley, it doesn't look likely. Arne said he's only had a few sessions after being out for quite a long time with a repetitive injury. So we have to make a smart decision. So I think if Bradley is available, at most he makes the bench. But we did hear from the Northern Ireland manager during the international break that, their belief was more mid-April was the likely return for Connor Bradley. And we do just need to be careful with him, because with Trent unlikely to play until, kind of May at the earliest, and Joe still not back, we've only got Quansah fit. So we need to be careful that when Bradley comes back, he's actually ready to play and not at risk of breaking down again, because the injury track record is a little bit concerning with him. And it needs to be acknowledged. When we talk about Trent leaving and what we do at right back, this idea that it just automatically gets handed to Bradley, forgetting whether or not you think he's good enough, nobody can deny the injury issues. last season he missed 31 games, and this season he's already missed 16. That's 47 games missed in 2 seasons. 47 games is a lot of football when you're a squad player. You know? Especially with a club like us, where it is a smaller squad. We don't have we should have, but we don't have the immense resources of other clubs. We really can't afford too many of our players to be in situations like Bradley is, where he's missing this many games across 2 seasons. And the concerning thing for me is last season it's a back injury. That's always a huge concern. Back problems, trust me, they linger. And even when they heal up, there's always a risk of reoccurrence. Then he had an ankle injury. That again is a bit concerning because he's a dynamic player. And any kind of injury that's going to limit dynamic movement, power, that's a concern. And then this year, two hamstring injuries, but it's the same hamstring both times. He missed 9 games from late November through to early January. He was back for 6 weeks and he hurts the same hamstring again and he misses a further 7 games. Now, if he misses this one, that'll then be 8 and that will bring him to 48 games missed across the 2 seasons. And that's compared to 45 games played. And that's a worry. That is a big worry. And he played 53 games at Bolton in all competitions. And unfortunately, that was probably far too much. For a fella who'd only played 5 senior games before that, to go from 5 to 53 was probably too much of a load to put on him. So he plays 53 games that season and then plays 45 plus however many he plays. He might play the remaining 8 after this one, so that would get him to 53. But that's kind of Reece James territory when you have that one big season where you play a ton and then all of a sudden it's like half seasons here, there and everywhere. You'd have to hope they have a plan. Right, what else do we have today? Arne Slot has brutal response to Federico Chiesa and Harvey Elliott question. Well, he basically said that it's because Mo and Dom have been playing so well. And it makes sense. I mean, Chiesa, when you look at our front 6 players, Chiesa is the backup to Mo because you've got Darwin and Jota in the middle, Gakpo and Diaz on the left. Then Harvey's the backup to Dom, and he's just not physical enough. And he's not good enough to make up for that lack of physicality. Like, he's not Bernardo Silva, he's not Juan Mata, he's not David Silva. So it's very hard to argue with Arne's logic there. Although the writing in this piece on This Is Anfield, Salah has obviously been a better player than Chiesa. Of course, no question. While Szoboszlai is better as an athlete, at least, than Elliott, he's just better as a footballer. The idea that it's just athleticism is simply silly. Now, Harvey did miss, 2 months with the foot injury as well? But the bottom line of it is he wasn't going to get anywhere near the minutes that he was getting under Jurgen, because he just doesn't offer enough in midfield. Arne Slot reveals meeting with players after over borderline unacceptable work rate. I believe this was after the Plymouth game. No, it wasn't. Arne Slot has revealed he held a meeting with Liverpool's players to reinforce the high standards he expects, after some showed an almost unacceptable level of work rate in the Carabao Cup final. Oh, well, that's very interesting. And there's a couple of players that immediately spring to mind after that game. But better to do it with the full squad and sort of spread the blame than pinpoint any one or two or three or four players. David Moyes has novel way of stopping Mo Salah on weakened Everton left. You can try and build a wall or something to stop him and do all sorts of things to see if you can stop him. But he's such a talented player. He has been. We did quite a good job on him in the first game, so we'll have to hope to do something similar again in this game. It's quite clear that the only way to stop Mo is to stop the ball getting to him. And that's where teams are using a physical advantage on us in midfield. Semi-automated offsides will be brought into the Premier League, and they're coming in very, very soon. April 12th, we will see the introduction of the semi-automated offsides. And these were meant to come in August. And we've seen them used at different points in the FA Cup and other competitions. We've seen them used in the Champions League. So finally, it's coming to the Premier League. And I have to say, I think it's a really good thing. I really do think it's a good thing.
The Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at anfieldindexpro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.